Speaker, as a 60-kilometre-long glob of toxic coal waste floats down the Athabasca, towns are turning off their water intake. Meanwhile, the Mackenzie Basin waits, with no similar ability to divert the arrival of this massive toxic threat. Yet this BC government still insists on keeping this disaster on the down low, with limited public statements and still less up-to-date information. So to the Minister of Environment, why won't you take responsibility, stop trying to hide the issue, and start providing all Albertans with a regular and daily briefing?
Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the honourable member for the question, so I can once again reiterate to the House that this ministry was notified of the incident when it happened about 8 p.m. on October 31st. Downstream communities were notified within hours, honourable member, and Mr. Speaker, early on November 1st, and not 5 days later, as inaccurately stated now and before. Each day we've updated that, both ourselves as ESRD and also as the Alberta Energy Regulator. Mr. Speaker, we have made sure that not only have we put notifications out, but that we've talked to each one of the communities, because number one for us is public health safety.
I'm talking about all Albertans. Now, given that this BC government keeps information about how often dam inspections occur secret, information about how the inspections turn out secret, and information about company emergency response and cleanup secret, why won't the minister come clean on the Obed spill and tell Albertans when this dam was last inspected, what the results of the inspection were, and what the government is going to do to minimize the massive environmental damage this breach will and has already caused?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, Mr. Speaker, we have made sure that all of the testing was happening right away. Within that, the first day of the incident happening on November 1st, we made sure that the samples were taken right away and continue to be taking, the company as well, taking samples. Our job, not one, Mr. Speaker, was to make sure that no communities were withdrawing water till we had samples and health safety done. That has been confirmed. Mr. Speaker, we took the Mayor of Woodlands County and the Mayor of Whitecourt, and I'd like to say, Mr. Speaker, a quote from the Mayor of Whitecourt: "The province and Sherritt Cold have both been very evident in getting all the departments on board, ensuring any community downstream were notified." She said it hasn't had an impact on our community.
Thank you. Honourable member.
Well, interestingly, not one of those tests has been released publicly yet. Now, given that adherence to the Canadian dam safety standards are not mandated in Alberta, as they are in many other provinces, and given that the Obed breach is possibly the largest single tailings containment breach in the history of this country, will the minister commit today to reviewing dam safety across the province, releasing the results publicly, and specifically legislating standards in order to protect all Albertans from the cost of its inaction up to now?
Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as soon as the health results were made available, we released those on Monday to make sure that they were released to the public. Our job is to make sure that health and safety of Albertans is first and foremost. There were no health issues with regards to Albertans, no health issues so far to date that we know of with regards to fish and wildlife. Mr. Speaker, we have made this public. Maybe the honourable members should actually look at the public documents.